So, let me stop this one. Okay, so you scan the pre-op. Everybody gets that part, right? Then I scan the mandible, pre-op. That's the prosthesis. 3 months later. Then I remove, then I go, notice what happened here. I want you to see something here. Did everybody see what just happened in the scan? Look at the scan. Did everybody see that?
Yeah.
Watch it one more time.
What's up with that?
That's why when you're scanning, you have to know how to scan. There was a problem in the scanning protocol here. You have to scan always two surfaces. So when you start scanning, notice how it was scanned. Notice that the anterior section was scanned later after I went from one side to the other side. You guys see that? When you're scanning, you want to scan occlusal and palatal or lingual all around. So skipping this section and coming back and picking it up at the end creates different stitching that the actual scanner at the end is looking at and is like, okay, maybe I can stitch that front section differently. So what you end up with is an error in the mandible. And the mandible you have more error with than the maxilla. That's why when you're scanning, you have to know the orientation of how you should scan the mandible. In the Medit and 3Shape, they have different scanning protocols. So it will tell you how to scan. And today I will show you as well.
So any scanner will give you the same result?
Yes, but if you use the same scanning path, it could be different. If you use the same scanning path for all the scanners, it's different results. So you have to follow the scan path of the company, okay? So anyways, I just wanted you to see that the scanners could be wrong or they could be fitting the two sides correctly like you saw here. Now, once you're done with this, you're going to scan the bite. Then see the order here is different and it's weird. You're supposed to scan two prostheses and the bite, then go back, delete the prosthesis. You'll see me here deleting it. Which you don't do that with Medit. It's easier. Actually, I don't know why it's done like this in 3Shape. Then you now scan the tissue. And then you scan the scan bodies. Everybody saw that? Okay. Now, let me explain to you the problem. Which scan did I start with? The pre-op scan. That's the issue. I can't, ideally, you should be able to scan the maxilla, the mandible, taking them out, scanning the tissue, the scan bodies, and then when you put them back in, if you want to adjust the bite and scan after you adjusted the bite or something, you can choose which files to use for the bite. With Medit, you can do it. With 3Shape, you can't. You have to scan the prosthesis first, the bite, then you have to delete the tissue. What I do is slightly different. In Medit, I will scan the tissue first. Let me repeat that. I will actually remove the prosthesis, scan the tissue. Then I will scan the scan bodies. The software copies the tissue scan to the next section. So all I have to do is scan only the scan bodies, right? Then I will put the prosthesis and scan the prosthesis. Here, I had to scan the prosthesis and then go back and delete the prosthesis to scan the tissue part. In Medit, I don't delete anything. I don't have to go and trim or delete. I scan the tissue, scan body, then the prosthesis. With 3Shape, you cannot start your scan with the tissue, at least maybe mine doesn't, maybe I don't know what I'm doing. But the tissue, I try to scan it first. Whatever you scan first has to be the one you use for the bite. Does that make sense? Whatever scan you start with first is the one you have to use for the bite. And that's the issue. So if you have a 3Shape, this is how you do it. If you have a Medit, I'll be showing you how to do it. And then